Lights, camera, action.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of the We Impact Show season 4. Guys, I hope you had a wonderful week last week and are excited, as I am. Well, I'm super excited to do this episode with Jason. Now, fun fact, guys, Jason was the third guest on season 2 of our show. That was a year back, and I was just wondering when I saw the notification, it's been a year since we did the episode. So much has changed. Jason, welcome back to my show. Welcome back to the We Impact Show. And how have you been?
Yeah, great. I can't believe it's a year, like you said. It's been so quick. When we connected again, I was like, oh, it's only been like 4 months. You really want to do me again? And it was like, oh my gosh, it's been a year. And I was like, wow, that's insane.
Definitely. Time moves so fast. Like, guys, so much has happened since 2020 to 2021. And in a couple of months, it's going to be 2022. How crazy is that? Like, I can still believe, still imagine how we were all thinking, oh my God, lockdown last year, what happened in 2020? Nothing happened, everything was shut. And then we're like, 2022 is just around the corner, right?
Exactly. I think especially when you're locked down, time goes by like much faster. And everyone just gets so busy when even when you're nothing to do, and it's just like, oh, time just goes and you're back. Oops, 1 year again, Impact Show. Here we are.
Here we are, and I'm so glad we're doing this again because a lot has happened in a year. And if you guys follow Jason's Instagram or LinkedIn or TikTok now also, I will drop all the usernames in the comment section below, in the description below when the episode does drop. But you've done a lot. You've done so much. We Impact has done so much, and I can't wait. Guys, today's episode is going to be focusing on what happened a year later, talking about his projects, talking about his own business. It's going to be a fun-filled episode. But Jason, before we start, before we get into all those details, for our new viewers, can you give an introduction about yourself?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, congrats on 1 year for We Impact. That's also like a really good achievement. And yeah, myself, I study Bachelor of Arts in Melbourne, and I'm actually looking to do law. But ever since lockdown, I had to come back to Dubai, and then instead of just kind of sulking about it, I decided that I should probably take charge and do different projects. And I tried a few things. Some worked out really well, some didn't work out. But yeah, I'm just happy to keep sharing my knowledge and keep expanding everything that I've built so far.
That's a great thing to do because, like we've all mentioned before in the past also, it's your destiny. It's in your hands how you're going to deal with lockdown. If you're going to be good about it, if you're going to do something new, if you're going to let your creative juices run wild, or how you want to pass time, because it's different for everyone, right?
Exactly. I agree. Like lots of people can complain about lockdown, how it's kind of stopped them and created boundaries for them to, grow, and then they start sulking and they kind of almost give up. But I feel like if you really look, there are so many more opportunities that have been created with lockdown. And something that we spoke about last time on the show as well was how we can create opportunities during lockdown. We're lucky. I think everyone in Dubai is very lucky to not be in lockdown. So yeah.
Definitely. And that was one of the highlights of our last episode where we talked about the ability to get opportunities, to find opportunities, take every opportunity. Whenever I mention the fact that, whatever we talked last time, I feel like I'm on Ellen or I feel like I'm on Jimmy Fallon because, they have reoccurring guests talking about their past experiences and all that stuff, how it has been. And I'm just so blessed to that and really appreciated you coming on board once again, Jason.
Yeah, super fun. I'm super excited. I think that it's really cool how you've grown as well with the podcast and the number of people you had, and you had some really cool people as well. And yeah, I think even you're just gonna keep growing, and you better get used to having a few guests come back. And yeah, it's really cool.
That's amazing. So, guys, this is Jason, studies in University of Melbourne, going to pursue law, studying Bachelor of Arts, and so many other interests. We're going to learn so much about Jason today. Now, it's been a year since the last episode, like we did mention during the start of the show, right? What all happened? What happened? And I know you had a lot of projects up in your sleeve over there, but you couldn't mention it then. You wanted to release it before talking about it. What happened?
Yeah, the last time we spoke was I think before November last year, and we were speaking about actually back then no one knew because I was working on it by myself because I believe that you should probably do it yourself, wait till it succeeds and then share it instead of sharing it and kind of it can come off as sometimes showing off. So I really want to avoid that, especially with my friends and the public. And yeah, since then, well, that was Project Unheard, so that kicked off really really well, and that was running on like very very consistently until the start of this year. And then I wanted to kind of expand a little bit because I got this really cool idea to start Go Beyond, which many people might have already heard of, which is a really cool brand that we created to help increase productivity and motivation. And we sell planners and journals and all this type of stuff to really get people organized. Like that's the main goal. And yeah, it's all been about just expanding and growing those two platforms. And that's just really where most of my work is being concentrated over this past year.
Wow, started two new ventures over there? Guys, come on. It's difficult starting up one venture, and Jason started two. Jason, Project Unheard, that was the project you were keeping under the loop. Could you give the audience a bit more detail? What is it about?
Yes, I don't know if it's easy to guess from the name, but it's basically a platform that works to help upcoming artists and artists that don't have that much recognition to get their music on a platform that has a few listeners on it already. So for example, if you're an artist and you just released a new song, but you have never have any experience with like marketing or you're a new artist, then you just come and we promote that music for you. And obviously we do it to really help these smaller artists like grow. And it started off as a really small thing because obviously we were not famous at all. Like we had to build our own audience before we can offer our services to someone else, right? So we started off by trying and getting different artists to help engage with us, to share their music, and then slowly we started to grow, and we had people requesting to be on our page, and that was just really cool because not much effort goes into it after you come to a certain level, because then you can get some automatic requests and the content becomes much easier to produce.
Definitely, and that's really good because having a platform where you can promote other people, showcase their talent to the world, because it's already quite difficult, break it in an industry. Like I think many statistics have shown it's like a 1% chance to break into like a music industry or an entertainment industry, and many people just don't do it, right? So you came aboard and gave them a platform to just maybe get a chance to get their big break. I've seen many pages do that, and that's amazing. I think many people say thank you as well, right?
Yeah, it's just like a really good feeling to be able to help someone. Like obviously it isn't like a massive audience or big breakthrough, but it pushes out your music to a few more countries, a few more, even if it's just one person. It's all about helping that one person. Or if you're making a song and it helps that one person, that's how you need to think about it. Any project that you do, you got to cater it for that one person, help, like with the aim of helping that one person. And if everyone else succeeds from it, then all good.
The best part. That's the best thing we can do as content creators, because both of us are presently content creators, classify ourselves as content creators, business owners, and assisting other people is one of our main goals. I think that's one thing we really realized during COVID as well. Offer out a helping hand. That's what's necessary in this type of session, right? In this type of season.
Yeah, exactly. And especially platforms like that, and even you might know, with just even even your podcast, for example, like all of you're doing it, for people to listen and hopefully take something good from it and apply it to their own personal lives. And the same thing applies to every single project or venture that you go out to. Even if you're doing it on a big scale or a small scale, it's all about, like you said, reaching out that extra hand and helping that person. And if you can help one person and then that person helps another, and then you can create a chain of like, goodness, I would say.
Yes, chain of goodness. I think we all got a goodie bag. We're all on Santa's nice list now for the time being. I would say. Now, moving on from Project Unheard, that was an amazing initiative we took for up and coming artists who need a platform to do it. Now I want to talk about the main focus, the ones that's been popping off on Instagram, on TikTok, on Reels, on LinkedIn. Go Beyond. Walk us through Go Beyond. What is Go Beyond about?
Yeah, that's the big one. So Well, if I break it down, I was honestly looking, because I was trying to get busy with uni and project and at that time. I was looking for like a planner to write all my stuff down, because obviously writing down really helps. Like, it's been proved that when you write stuff down and you make a to-do list and you can crush your goals way better. And I want to try that. Like, personally, I was looking for a planner, and I looked online and I searched and searched and searched, but all I could find was either really expensive journals or journals that are in overseas, so like in the US or UK. There was nothing really local. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make my own for me. And I made my own for me. And I printed out at home on my printer, and I was like, it's pretty cool. Like, my dad was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then we were like, wait a second, what if I, make a few of these and see if one of my friends want to get it? And then my friends were like, yeah, cool, that's really nice. I would really want to try one. And then that's how it started. Then I started like, you know what? I wanted a project to do anyway, because I've always dreamt of starting my own business or my own small business or whatever you want to call it. So I built a brand. I started off, made a logo, made a website, did all the stuff. And it moved really, really fast. And I was able to establish what Go Beyond is today, which is, like I said, we sell planners and journals to help make your life more productive, because as like science has proven that writing down really, really helps you to get more organized, and it motivates you to do your tasks. So
Definitely, I would say planning has taken like a real significance for everyone now, because if you do plan your day ahead, like if you plan not, I'm gonna say not gonna say if you plan every single step of the day ahead, it'll be work. It's not, sometimes it does work, sometimes it doesn't work. But having a platform or having like a journal to do, starting off with journal writing could work. Like your schedule, what you need to do today. And as long as you finish one part of it, you feel a sense of accomplishment, right?
yeah, exactly. It's not even about that. What we're trying to do is journaling and writing down is not for me. It wasn't for me either, actually, to be honest. I tried it, it's not for me. Um, but it's all about trying. Like, that's what we're trying to get people to do. Like, start it. Like, start trying it. Maybe it works out. If it doesn't work out, well, at least you tried and you have something to follow, and like maybe improve on if you want. Um, but I think that another aspect of journaling is that there's a motivational aspect to it that many people don't realize. Like, your well-being increases, you feel better, and you get that kind of self-reflection part really going well, which is also what we focus on. So we have a section after every month. We have around 6 to 7 questions that you get asked. So like, how was your month? What went well for you this month? What didn't go well? And by writing down and reflecting with yourself, you're truly able to kind of improve as a person and go on to the next month with a more focused mindset of what you need to do right, and to not let everything go wrong like it did last month. Like, just an example.
I mean, that's a good initiative because, having those type of questions at the end of the month does put people into perspective. But I do have to mention, how are you managing it with uni? Because as you said, you're still in uni and it's still probably your last semester before you get onward. How do you manage these projects simultaneously?
Planning. It's all about the time management. I honestly do fix times, and I set at the start of every week, I know what I need to do for the week. And I follow this thing called a daily highlight, where I wake up and that will be one task I need to do. So if it means making content for Go Beyond, or making content for TikTok, or doing my uni essay, I will make sure I do that before I go to sleep. So I do that first, and then all the other small tasks I follow through. But yeah, what's really important is I build a system and a model that works for me. And you have to do, like, even if someone is having a lot on their plate and they have different activities and projects they need to focus on, I think building a system that works for you, and a kind of, not timetable because you don't want to constrict yourself, but just like a system that you're able to be flexible with and be true with, I think that you can literally have 4 or 5 different tasks going on at the same time, and you should be okay.
I think that's good because see, the last time we talked on the show was we were talking about, what are the expectations the reality students should have before they go into uni, right? And I think starting something like Go Beyond really does help. And this is something useful for, people stepping into uni because, the jump is quite big. The jump is massive when it comes to uni, depending on what course you do, obviously, but many people have come off with like different subject streams, they're choosing something new, and there's a chance you're going to get overwhelmed, right? This can help them.
Yeah, for sure. Like, especially when you're starting something new, you have these expectations like it's gonna go this way. But I can tell you from my experiences with everything that I've tried that almost everything doesn't go according to plan, because sometimes it can, like, honestly, I think for me personally, going back to Go Beyond, I had expectations, but those were all crushed. Like I beat all of them. And because maybe I kept them too low, but sometimes things can work out in a good way, sometimes they can work out in a bad way. But it's all about actually starting and trying and doing it, you know? And same thing applies to university. Like you can be scared about university going in, and that's completely normal, but it's all about trying your hardest and doing your best, because sometimes it can turn out way better than you think.
Yeah. And that's trying is the most important thing. I think people just need to try something out to, see if you're good at it, see if you're bad at it, because everyone like, goes through ups and downs, left and right, everything. You can go in a tornado of some sorts of emotions when doing that. But talking about uni, Jason, since it's your last semester, you did mention in chat you were going to graduate next month, like your course is done. How has uni done? How has the last year changed you or anything like that? Because what you did then and what you're doing now is two different things, right?
Yeah, I think the 3 years that I spent in uni, well, obviously I do get that degree and the value of knowledge that I've gained, but I think you gain so much as a person, like your interpersonal skills and your confidence and everything, all that whole package just improves you as a person. And I feel like at the start of uni, I was your typical like university, so just go to uni, study, go out with my friends, come back. But ever since coming back to Dubai, especially, I've had the chance to see how you can actually do things on the side. Like some people work, some people do projects, some people, try side hustles. All that stuff is all possible at uni. And I think that's what people don't understand. I feel like when you're going to uni, a lot of people are like, oh no, I have to study. Like so much time's gonna go. I gotta study like 24 hours a day. But it's not like that. If you truly can um, like figure out, how much time you need to spend for each different subject and different course and different task, you can have so much more time to yourself to try out all these different branches.
Definitely, I think that's something people should realize, when as taking someone who's recently going to graduate from uni, this is something they can take away from this episode, along with Go Beyond, along with Project Unheard, because what the main purpose of this show is to help people, help the youth see that, things are possible, things can be done accordingly. And you have to find your opportunity, or sometimes the case, I think you'd agree with this, make your own opportunity, right?
Oh my gosh, yes, that's, I think if I had to like give a speech or something to like the youth, the kids, like middle school, whatever, I would literally start with that sentence, because a lot of people wait around for things to come to them, where it doesn't work like that anymore, because the world's changing so fast and everything's so competitive. Like even starting all these ventures, like I had so much competition from other people to like, do it first. And I think that you really need to go out and like start your own stuff right now and make your own opportunities, because no one's gonna come in with a like kind of come spoon feed you anymore.
Definitely, and I think the youth have realized that way quicker because we've all come to a consensus. We all come to a conclusion. I think between your 18, 18, 19, 20, you realize that, if I want to do something, I have to do it myself. My parents will support me and they'll be the biggest support I have. But, if I want to make something out, if I want to be present everywhere, you have to start. And I think that's the case with TikTok as well. There are many, many. TikTok has had a big boom in so many different fields, right?
Yeah, man, that app is crazy. I'm amazed with the power that's had to change so many people's lives. First of all, I've had friends, I mean, I'm sure you as well, from school, that have literally been like the quiet kid in class to becoming really famous on TikTok. And that aspect has changed lives. People learn from it so much. People obviously enjoy themselves on the app, really. Like I feel like TikTok's going to be a massive center of attention for everything, for business, for individuals, for brands, for just like content, like what's it's called, creator economy. It's a new field that is really going to be very important to our whole generation and below.
Definitely, because we've noticed that it started off as people publishing comedy skits over there with the sounds. It was a good feature to have. It's so much. It was a lot easier to use than Instagram or on Snapchat. And Snapchat, I think, was the only one who could, use sounds and all that, make those short clips. And then suddenly, maybe a year later, 6 months later, you're seeing companies, big companies, use that as marketing tools. It's experienced such a big economic boom in like a very short period of time.
Yeah, exactly. And now they're willing to pay these content creators or influencers like a lot of money to make like 20-second videos. And once you start getting into it, I think anyone, the best part is anyone can start, you know. It's a level playing field. It's not biased. It's not you can't, you know, well now you can, but originally you can't promote your videos and stuff like that. Like it's you can have your first video go to 1 million views if it's something very, very catchy. I feel like that's like the key point of TikTok. There's only one source of finding a video. There's no search button. There's like it's very hard to search. There's no like you know what I mean? It's not like YouTube. There's no homepage on it. It's just that one scrolling unlimited video cycle. So that's why I think a lot of brands and businesses will start using it because you can create viral content really, really fast with that app.
Definitely, definitely. And your content mostly focuses on university students, right? And how to help university students get into uni, right? Their application fees and all that stuff, and mostly about that, right? See, you're talking about education over there on a platform because it reaches so many people.
Yeah, my TikTok is focused on, I guess, the kind of, well, recently it's been more student based, but overall it's like, you know, productivity, motivation, how to build a brand. And basically, my TikTok is all my experiences shared with the public. That is my bio for TikTok. I just literally take everything that I've learned, put it into 20-second videos, and tell a story. That's what I do.
The power of social media, guys. I have emphasized this so often on my show as well that social media can play such a huge role into our lives in terms of building a brand, our own brand, our personal brand, building a company, getting noticed by bigger firms to ask us to promote their products on our show or like on our content. We've grown so much over the last year or and a half because of COVID. So, like I said, we're making an opportunity out of it, right?
Yep, exactly. Do not wait around. Do not sit around for someone to come knocking on your door and giving you a job or whatever it is you're looking for. I think you need to go out nowadays and really grab it by the neck and like hold on to it.
That is the case. That is the case. So, guys, I'm going to bring on to our. I'm sure you guys learned a lot about this. You've learned about what we've done since the past year. We've talked about our companies we started, Go Beyond and Unheard. We talked about education and the boom of TikTok, how we can exactly use these platforms to grow as creators. Now we can officially call our terms creators because it's a very recognizable term. When you write in your CV, content creator, guys, that's a very attractive term to use. So we want to get into the rapid fire session. So this is the part of the segment where I love it because the audience, the guests don't know Jack and what they're going to be asked. This is their complete blank face. And you guys will get to know Jason over here. So Jason, are you ready? Are you excited for the rapid fire session of We Impact?
Yeah, 100%. Does that mean rapid fire answers as well?
Yes. First thought that
Okay,
comes in your head, guys. This is going to be a good session. First thought that comes in your head, I'll ask you the question and we'll get on with it, okay?
got it.
So, the first question is, Jason, question number one. Since you are going to go pursue law, what are you looking forward to study most about the subject?
I think that especially recently working in a law firm and doing it part-time, I'm looking to see how similar it is learning law than actually doing it.
Okay, that's good. Second question. How is your parents and your family's reaction, your friends, your family, how is their reaction to be to your success with Project Unheard, Go Beyond? How is that been?
Really, really good. I'm really, really lucky to have a really supportive system behind me. And they're definitely expecting a lot more.
I mean, parents want the best for us, and when they see you grow as much as a person, they will want continued excellence. Now, question number three. What is your initial expectation for Go Beyond?
My initial expectation was literally just sell out like 25, 30 books to be able to kind of cover that initial like stock and like initial cost, I would say.
So what is your latest one? This is not the next question, but I want to know, what is your latest expectation with Go Beyond?
I think there's no short-term goal, but I just need to keep expanding it. But I guess the most recent one would be, because the new year is coming around, obviously we're having like a 2022 planner, so I want to see how well that goes.
Now, question number 4, Jason. What do you have planned for us? What do you have planned for us next? That's a lovely question. People love to listen to. We love to know what you have next in store.
If project wise you mean, I think you mean project wise, yes?
Yeah. Project.
I think switching from Project Unheard to Go Beyond, and then balancing the both of them, and then introducing TikTok to my life, I've realized that you shouldn't have too much on your plate. So I've definitely learned that I really, really want to make these 3 things and focus on at least 2 of them and expand them as much as I can until I start something new.
That is the case. That is the case. That's a nice goal to have. That's, guys, we learned what's next for Jason. So the final question of the rapid fire session. When you come across people who do come up to you, if you do come across and ask you, Jason, I love your videos, I love your inspiration, but I want to start my own content, I want to start my own company, I want to start my own business or project, what advice would you give them?
I've had this happen a few times recently, and I think many kids struggle with the fear of failure and rejection and what their friends or family might think of them. And the number one I tell them is that you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself. So if you don't start and you don't fail, or you succeed, you'll never know if that is for you or if that's meant to be, until you actually go out and do whatever it is. If it's writing a book, or starting TikTok, or building a business, whatever it is, just go do it. Just start now and do not care what the world thinks.
That's really, really, really good advice for someone who's going to start something new. Because, like you said, fear of failure. We've discussed this on the show before. We've discussed this with so many of our professors, colleagues, friends, that failure is mostly the number one thing that's holding us back. We don't really know what's next. It's risky as hell.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot, especially like I think a lot of when you come out of high school, when you have like I need to choose like what you're gonna do with your life. A lot of people are scared that they'll choose wrong, or they'll regret the choice they make, or they might fail and then disappoint people. But I really disagree with that kind of viewpoint. I think that you should really, really just do what you want to do, and things will always work out. It always has a way of working out.
I think that's the things just work out in its own place. I think today's biggest highlights was make your own opportunities and things will work out. And as long as you try, you won't fail. Because failing is like a bad word. It's not bad to fail, but you'll always learn something. Learning is part of failure. Wow. I should start my own quote lines over here, or is it just on Google? That is something we should plan on next, right, Jason?
Yeah, that'd be really funny.
So, guys, that brings us to the end of the rapid fire session with Jason. I hope you guys had a nice session in terms of understanding who Jason is, because we reached a point where Jason needs to be shared to the world. Jason's expertise, Jason's experience needs to be shared. And Jason, thank you so much for coming on board the show. I hope you had a good time as much as you had the first time.
Yeah, it was completely almost the exact same. And thank you so much for having me. And yeah, we're looking forward to like the future of Impact as well, and seeing you grow. That'll be really, really cool. Like imagine next year this time. It'll come really, really fast, as we witnessed already.
Life does hit you like a moving train. Time does hit you as a moving train. So, guys, that has been an episode with Jason. I hope you guys enjoyed the session. And Jason, thank you for joining in once again. Thank you for being part of it, making me experience a Jimmy Fallon, Ellen-like experience having a recurring guest on the show. So, take care. See you guys for the next episode. You guys will definitely be excited. Take care. Bye-bye.